So we've got 4 groups of 4 teams, 16 teams in total, and it's simple, a lot more simple than the Euros. The top 2 from each group will go through. So we start with Group A, which has Argentina, Canada, Chile, and Peru in. Argentina are world champions. They also won Copa America, so they're holding both trophies. I don't think anyone's going to really challenge them in that group. I think Chile are probably the next best team, and it's very difficult to back any of the North American teams when they're competing with the South American sides. So I'm going to put Peru ahead of Canada, and that's how that group's going to finish. Group B, we've got Ecuador, Jamaica, Mexico, and Venezuela. So this one is a very tricky group to predict because, as I've just said, it's hard to back the North American teams. I think the exception probably is Mexico. So I'm going to put Mexico to the top of this group. I'm going to put Jamaica at the bottom. And I think Ecuador are probably going to get into that second spot ahead of Venezuela. They could even win the group. Ecuador and Mexico will be very close. I can't see Jamaica doing too much in that group, though. And then we move on to Group C. Bolivia, Panama, Uruguay, USA. Well, the United States are hosts. But again, South American quality. Uruguay haven't been fantastic over the last few years, but I still think you have to back Uruguay in that group. As hosts, United States probably go through. I can't see Panama doing a lot, so I'm going to put them in 4th. Bolivia 3rd. United States as hosts could quite possibly win the group, but I'm going to go Uruguay. And then Group D. Now this is an incredibly tough group. Costa Rica are one of North America's best. We've got Brazil, who aren't at their best. Probably the worst version of Brazil. Certainly the worst version of Brazil I've seen in my lifetime. Colombia, fairly strong, but they didn't qualify for the last World Cup. Paraguay used to always qualify for the World Cup. Virtually never do now. I don't think Costa Rica will win the group, but any of the other 3 could. Probably be between Colombia and Brazil. I just think Brazil aren't their best at the moment, so I'm going to put Colombia in 1st. I think Brazil probably will go through in 2nd. We've got Costa Rica 3rd and Paraguay 4th. Let's just recap. So we've got Argentina and Chile progressing from Group A. Mexico and Ecuador progressing from B. Uruguay and the States from C. Colombia, Brazil. Now that's a really imbalanced group compared to the rest of them, but that'll be interesting to watch. Do I want to put Brazil first in the group, or do I want to stick? No, let's keep Colombia in 1st and let's move on. So that would give us the quarterfinals of Argentina against Ecuador, Mexico v Chile, Uruguay v Brazil, and Colombia against the USA. Well, we've got to go Argentina to beat Ecuador, but then the other 3 are tricky. Mexico are probably the biggest underachievers in football. There's so many people that love the sport and so many people that play it there, and they don't seem to do anything in world football. Chile, not that great recently. Let's go Mexico. Uruguay, Brazil will be one hell of a quarter-final match. Neither have been fantastic lately, but I think Brazil have probably got the quality to see it through. Brazil to beat Uruguay. And although the United States are hosts, I just think Colombia are going to be too strong for them. So let's put Colombia in the semi-finals. So semi-finals, we've got Argentina against Mexico and Brazil v Colombia. Well, Argentina are going to beat Mexico. Brazil, Colombia would have met in the group stage. And I put Colombia to win. I still don't fancy Brazil at the moment. Colombia to win on penalties. So then let's go for the bronze final or the third place playoff. Well, Brazil will beat Mexico to that. Are Argentina going to retain their trophy? Well, I think they stand out at the moment in that part of the world. Yes, they will. Argentina to retain the Copa America trophy. What do you think, though? Will Messi get his hands on another trophy, or will someone else win it? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.